You already know, man. Tough one today. Looked like we was going to win it. We didn't. Let's talk about it. We don't. So the 76ers lose again to the Boston Celtics, and we want to do a quick reaction, talk about the bets that we won, talk about the bets that we lost. I'm Moss Money. I am him. I am the CEO. I am the president. This is Money Pot, and I got my guy with me. They call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
Man, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Been a minute. Football season's over, but we
Yeah,
make the adjustments,
yeah, for
right to the
sure.
next. March
Right to the
Madness around the
next,
corner.
man.
Conference championship week coming up this
Yo,
week.
you tell me what you bet March Madness and let me know, cause I can't
Yeah.
bet college, cause it ain't
Yeah.
nothing going. Everybody losing.
Yeah, it just looks it's a lot of it's an even playing field. It's gonna be I don't know who's gonna win. It's gonna be
I
tough.
don't know anybody who's going to win. Everybody losing right now,
We should see
including
some.
your Philadelphia 76ers lose tonight by 3. Looked like Embiid might have got it in. He already knew it was too late. He walked off the court before they they even made the announcement. Um, we can't beat the Boston Celtics. I'm just going to say it. Like we can't beat the Boston Celtics. We had it looked like it was going good. They came back. They was down almost 10 in the fourth. They made a great comeback. Stars being stars. Tatum with the dagger 3. He didn't even have a good game. Harden didn't have a good game. PJ Tucker had a surprising, amazing game. He had like 13, 14 rebounds. So when you look at this, when you look at this game, and it's crazy because the line opened up at Boston -1.5. And people were asking me, Nate, what to bet? What am I betting in this game? And I told him, I was like, all the money kind of came on the Sixers because this by tip off, Sixers were favored -1.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I was just like, I still like Boston because we haven't seen us. We just haven't beaten Boston. So it hasn't changed. It felt like a little bit of playoff feel. Crowd was into it. Players were into it. I didn't think we would have enough after that Memphis game. They actually showed up a little bit better than I thought they would. Talk to me, man. What you see in this game, and we were getting the momentum of about is this Sixers team ready to take the next step, getting out of the second round, getting to the Eastern Conference finals. But looking at this, Boston still is, above all, number one seed. So what do you think, bro? We like 7-game series? You taking Boston?
Man, with every both teams healthy the way they've been going into this matchup, I mean, I guess
Mhm.
this is like the most realistic. We'll see how this series will go.
Right.
It's up and down, swings, runs. Boston go up, Sixers go up. Keep it tight. It's just one of them things that is going to come down to in-game situations, coaching, how we come out in our sets and plays, and if we can execute. Um, Boston is just a complete team, and they're deep. They're 8 to 9 players deep. Not necessarily offensively deep, but they all can score if the opportunity jumps.
Hmm.
And you can see that. And then we're more I say we're deep as a scrappy team. Like we have a lot of scrappy players on our bench, but none that's going to jump out that's going to really give us a spark unless it's Maxi. And if Maxi's not giving that to us, then we got to pray that Niang's going to knock some threes down. But besides that, we just have a scrappy bench. And I think
Yeah.
that's where Boston takes that next step because White gave him 18 points off the bench.
Yeah, but he been hurting us the last couple games. I think he had over
He's
20 last.
always going to hurt us.
Yeah, he's
That's what I'm
been hurting
saying. So
us.
when Jason Tatum's not on, because Jason Tatum does do well against the Sixers normally. I think he had like one game he had 30 plus, but he usually is on a downer end on the scoring side.
Mm-hmm.
His rebounds are up usually when he plays against us because he has to, we lock him down. It's just one of them things that they have better play. Like Tobias. Listen,
Tobias did all right today, though, bro.
Man, I hear you. The stats say 19, right?
Well,
Tell
19
me
and
tell me 2 points he got. Tell me a meaningful bucket that you said, damn, Tobias is cooking. Matter of fact, tell me the last time you said, hey yo, B, Tobias was out there cooking. You can't name that time. You can't
right.
even be a meaningful bucket. I'm not trying to shame or go on to Tobias. It's just he has some of the quietest points within a basketball game I think I've ever seen. And then it comes down to when we need a little extra,
Hmm.
depend on Embiid to really give it everything to all, or the two-man game with James Harden. Hopefully, he can get to the rim, to the line for a shoot a free throw or a knockdown three. But besides those two, then we're going right to Maxi to give us the energy and spark to the rim. But then where does Tobias go?
It's
Even
tough.
Al Horford give you the big three in the fourth quarter.
Yo, third to fourth quarter, Horford was the difference. But that's been him though. Like when he's different when he's on Boston, right? We like I know people are talking about fans are talking about, damn, like when was what was Horford with that with us? But
Plays
he's
within
the
the system.
Boston Celtics, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what I look at him. I'm just like he's just a Celtic. So he he's always done that. I felt to us in the past. So didn't really surprise me that he was knocking down shots third, big buckets third, in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. I don't know. Nothing really surprised me in this game. I think Tucker surprised me, if anything. He
Yeah.
almost had a double double. If he
But
did not have a
this is
double,
a Tucker type game. This is why we got Tucker. This is the game Tucker play. He plays
yeah.
the meaningful playoff. He's a playoff player at this point at 37 years old. He's a playoff,
Oh,
give you everything. Yeah, give you everything he can give you on the rim, on the boards, and big
yeah.
meaningful games. This was a big meaningful game against Boston. This is what we're gonna get in the playoffs, hopefully with PJ Tucker.
Hmm.
4 points, a quality three sometime within the game, and to give us a bunch of boards and scrappy defense. Um, I'm gonna go back to Tobias just for one more second. I'm not gonna harp on him.
Go ahead.
If when it gets to meaningful points in the ball game, if you know the game is gonna be ran through James Harden and or mainly Embiid, James Harden, and Embiid's a fucking freak, man. He's unstoppable. But Embiid, James
He
Harden,
broke a Wilt Chamberlain record.
yeah,
You special when you're talking about Wilt
very
Chamberlain
special,
records.
very special. But
Right.
when you go from James Harden, Embiid, or Embiid, James Harden, spark from it, Maxi, I'm gonna need Tobias to start just crashing the board and getting some offensive rebounds because you're not going to be effective offensively. And we need something extra if Embiid's going to do that fadeaway shot and it finally goes off. We need something extra when it comes down to that third or
I don't
fourth
know.
player on
Finally, he
the
had
floor.
40 tonight.
Yeah, but I literally when he shot that one shot, I said he's going to miss the shot. It just was due for him to miss a shot. It was a
Okay.
timely shot we needed. I feel like we was playing Boston. He was going to miss that shot, and he did. Even the one that that Brown fouled him on. I didn't even like that shot. You fade away from the basket with Brown on you, and you was bodying him all the way down to the rim. Keep going.
Yeah.
And you do a fade away and gets fouled because you have skills. But I didn't like that shot selection he was about to take. That was going to be a miss too.
Yeah, no, no, I do agree with you there, and I'm just trying to think about when some of those they switched, and Boston's so good defensively,
Mhm.
they allow that to happen, and they're going to let Embiid go ahead and do his thing down in the paint, and if he takes a tough shot and he makes it, okay, it's Embiid. I think we're at the point where we understand where Embiid is in terms of the hierarchy
Yep.
of the NBA in terms of his skill set. So he's at the point where they're just going to let him go, and it's like, all right, somebody else is going to have to beat us. And it's funny, man. I said this earlier today. I did a show. I talked about bets. I talked about the keys to this game. And in my head, I'm thinking out right now what I said. Somebody else had to step up. And they did. They just don't have enough.
They don't have enough.
They just don't have enough. Because as soon as they had enough, Boston had an answer.
Mhm.
Brogdon was hitting down shots. White was hitting down shots. Brown, once he saw Tatum wasn't on, Brown took over.
Just turned up.
Just turned up. So I have a bet earlier on when I had the Eagles winning the NFC championship. So that hit. Now we're at the point of the basketball game, and I have Boston winning the whole thing. I just don't think anybody's going to be able to beat them. They're deep. They have the stars.
Mm. I
They're tested. They've
Yeah.
been playing with each other. They're a team. It's going to be hard to beat Boston in 7, bro.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be hard. You mean coming out the East? You got them coming out the East.
I got them coming out the East.
I
Yeah.
mean, I still like Milwaukee. We don't know what the situation with
Giannis
Giannis
is too
is
banged
with the
up.
knee.
He
Yeah, he
banged
is
up with his
banged up,
knee, his
but
wrist. Too
but he's
banged
banged
up.
up at the right time, right? Like he can get some rest within these next few days. They did their work early. We know they're gonna be a playoff team.
Right.
So, I think if he's going to get banged up, rather get banged up now with 20 something games left than get banged up with 4 left or 5 left, right?
Mm,
And I still think that for the Sixers, we still have a lot of games left, and we depend so much on Embiid. We got to continue to cross our fingers that he don't catch an injury somewhere down these next 20 something games
knock on
to
wood.
close out the season. Knock on wood for real. But look at it. We depend on it. You know what I mean? I look at Joker, look at Denver, and I see how Joker plays and how he's
What a bad
effective.
beat that was I had today with him,
Yeah,
yo.
that was
I'll let
terrible. I
you
don't
know.
really
I'll
love
let you
that.
know. Shit was
But he has
crazy.
24 points, right? He's usually average like 24 a game,
Mm,
but he gives you the rebounds, but he also gives you your assists too. And I think that's what we lack on cutting to the basket to help Embiid out. When Embiid is getting, double teamed or coming down on a single coverage, Tobias, stop sitting on a fucking corner. You're not going to knock the three down and crash the basket. Get an easy layup. Yeah, I mean, just small, intricate parts of offense that will help you get you easy scoring buckets. I think we don't do enough of. It's more like isolation. You go to work. If you miss, you miss. We going down the other floor. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, I mean, I'm looking at it. Boston does have, Boston is tough. Boston's a tough team.
Boston's tough. So shout out to Don always coming on. If you guys are watching, just drop some questions, some thoughts, some comments. We'll take it. Question: How many players on the Sixers will get playing time in the playoffs? 7 or 8 man rotation.
Definitely
Um,
going 8
definitely
because
going 8. Coming off
if
the
not
bench.
further,
Obviously, Maxi's first coming off the bench. Trying to think of who else.
we
Who's
got
the
Maxi McDaniels.
Yeah, I was gonna say McDaniels. You
Right,
think
got Yang,
George?
Jordy
George?
Yang gonna be up. Yeah, he'll get some. He'll be our playoff guy.
Okay.
Um, and
Gotta go
then you,
Reed, right? Gotta go Reed or Damon or whatever the new
Demond.
Damon. Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much time they're going to start getting,
yeah.
but I guess you give him a break. No, I don't. No, no, no. I listen. I don't hate Tobias. I really don't. I think Tobias is a good guy. I'm
Mm,
just saying, there's times within the game that you can see the team needs something else, and it even like today, like Maxi, like within the game, like Maxi wasn't on, and it's like,
He
all
does
right,
that though. They
yeah,
they d his ass up.
yeah, and he was having struggling. He was struggling,
He was struggling.
but then it's just like, and like I said, I know he has 19 points. You can't tell me the bucket he scored. Tell me one bucket. You was like, oh, that was a nice shot from
I can
Tobias.
tell you his misses because he had a couple. He had a couple layups
You hear
that
what I'm
he
saying?
typically hits.
That's what I'm saying. Is like,
Right.
man, bro, I don't remember. I can't recall myself saying, damn, Tobias was cooking tonight, boy. Never. I can say that about Harden. I can say that about Embiid. I can say that about Maxi. I can
Mhm.
even say that about Shake Milton when he goes off sometimes. Shit, I was saying that about at one time Korkmaz. You know what I mean? Like, I've never said that about Tobias. I was
Right.
at the Memphis game last year, Memphis Sixers. Tobias had like 27 points. I looked up and I was like in awe. I said, 27? What game was I watching? Literally. I didn't know he had that many points.
Yes, man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna call you crazy. I'm gonna call you crazy. I love the Phantom, but
Ooh,
we've talked about it before. I'll say it again. I don't I don't think they can beat Boston in 7. That's the problem.
yeah,
I
it's
just
tough.
don't think they can beat Boston in 7. It's gonna be tough for them to beat Boston and Boston. And then Boston's proving time and time again, year and year again, that they can beat us here at
And
home.
they don't have no problem coming here and playing basketball.
No
That's that's
problem.
that's the biggest issue too. The home field advantage is really
No
not
problem.
there. We
Yeah.
don't give them, I was watching pregame. You had Jason Tatum over there signing autographs, and it was, what I mean, even fucking Devontae Smith over there getting the jersey signed by Jason Tatum. It's like not saying we ain't in the room packed up, but these dudes are comfortable coming here.
They are. Yeah, no, they are.
That's
And
what it
they
is.
yeah, I mean, and it's because like I said earlier, this team is tested and they all been together for
Yeah, real good
years.
point.
So, um, let's talk about the betting. I'll talk about my betting. So I had Harden over 37 and a half. He had 35, I believe. He was
Mhm,
off, obviously, all game, and that was expected from a defensive end. But he played them well.
mhm.
He played Boston well in the first two games, so that was a loss. I went 1 for 4. My one win was Butler. Butler had over 20. It was 21 and a half. So I hit that for the player props. And then biggest bad beat. I had Jokic over 13 and a half rebounds. He got 13. He was taken out in the third quarter. He got blown out by 30 against Memphis.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I saw that.
Crazy. So had that, and then CJ McCollum. Memphis got beat up pretty good. Kind of different in distribution of the basketball and scoring. Ingram went off just a little bit, but McCollum had a slow start, so he couldn't catch up. But I'm supposed to hit the other two bets. That's how I feel. Supposed to hit the Jokic. He got 13 in by the third quarter. Early third quarter, he had 13, but he just didn't play because they got blown out. And I think I hit the other bet too. So from a
Yeah,
betting perspective, not the greatest day. Obviously, we lose as the Sixers go, Sixers as well. So, what was your day like betting? I know you was on the felt today, but
yeah, yeah. I sent
college,
you that
what
picture.
what 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 it look like all day?
More on the down, and I actually had a nice teaser
Okay.
that just hit. I had an early game earlier. I forgot who it was. I think it was Kansas. I had Kansas to a teaser, minus 2.5
Yeah.
or two, whatever, and they covered. And then I had the under in this game, so I actually didn't need this going to overtime. So in a way, um, lucky in that situation because
Yeah.
I teased it down to go under 233.5 for the Sixers, Boston, and then I have Utah. I think I had them down to minus 1.5. So that was a pretty good as far as on the felt. Big tournament here in Philadelphia. It's a lot of actually, if you're in the Philadelphia area, there's a lot of poker tournaments going on. It's going on around, but I got unlucky. I had queens against aces and kings all in the same hand. Imagine that.
Sick. Sick.
You imagine that. I have kings directly to my left has aces, and right to his left has pocket kings. We all lose. Aces hold up.
Sick. That's
And
it.
that's what happens, man. But sports
But
betting, I've been okay. Basketball, I kind of laid back a little bit, a little more. I kind of pick and choose my games. I think NBA is very tough sometimes because there's so many different swings.
you at
Sixers up
you at
15 points.
college though, bro. I can't do
Yeah,
college
yeah,
basketball.
college,
That shit run.
college, but college you have the swings aren't as bad.
What?
Yeah,
I feel like
for
there's
sure.
always like the number one don't mean shit. Like
Yeah,
these
but
ranked teams are getting losing left and right.
right. I mean, but nobody's. I mean, you don't. You got. It's a big card. I don't have to go play the number one team and bet the number one team. You got. It's a
Right.
big card. You got to kind of know what's going on. So,
Maybe that's why, because I don't know. I
but
don't
NBA, you have more swings. Like perfect example. Sixers up 15 points and lose going to 23-4 run in 4 minutes. Like that's
see,
just.
to me, that's natural because I watch NBA. So the swings of basketball is always going to be like that. Like I never felt like Boston was really out the game. And even the Sixers, when they were down 10, I didn't feel like they were really out the game.
Mhm.
So it's a game of runs, and it's whoever makes the best run at the end with making the best play at the end. And then obviously I never I didn't even expect him, that full court heave by Embiid.
Oh
Like
wow.
that shit set everything off, and everybody thought, but he already knew it was bad. But when you look at it, when they did the rewind, I think it was literally like three
All net.
tenths of a
Yeah.
second,
Yeah. It was all net too.
all
It,
net.
it's so funny. I was hearing that one of the, I think Mark Jackson said something about runner up, and then I thought about it, and I said, "Damn, bro, this past year Philadelphia has been nothing but runner up.
Yeah.
We are the Philadelphia runner ups.
So
Like
hold
you
up.
can go from we can go
How
all
you
the way back to
that,
Embiid. Let's
bro?
go all the way back to Embiid.
Yeah.
Embiid runner up in MVP voting.
Okay.
Philadelphia Union runner up.
Co.
Phillies runner up.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts runner up.
Yep.
Eagles runner up.
Yep. I'd
Oh
rather
my
be there though.
god.
I'd rather be in the game and not be in the game.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess you're right.
You know what I mean? Like a loser's a loser, but I'd rather be in the game, at least have the excitement of the game. But I feel you though. Yeah, we've been taking some big L's recently, man.
Tough sledding.
Tough sledding. And people think that the Sixers are there, like I said, all over Philly, all over sports radio, all over podcasts, that Sixers was next. But I'm gonna tell you from a betting perspective, you gotta bet Boston. Gotta
Yeah.
bet Boston at this point.
I
That
think this game tonight is a big game. I think we'll learn from today. I think this loss could be huge for us.
I hope so. I think they expected to win this game.
Yeah.
I would think they would expect to win this game. I wasn't sure if they had enough to get over the hump from that Memphis game because that was really emotional. How they came back, they won that game in kind of crazy fashion, like you said, kind of PJ Tucker, scrappy,
Hmm.
going for loose balls, going on the ground, passing the ball up, getting the play that they need, getting the bounce that they need. And it'll be really interesting how they come out of this because they've been playing well.
They have. They have been playing good basketball.
They've been playing good basketball well if you look at their record. So, but they
I
got to
th-
be able to get over this hump.
if it helps anybody, I think it weakens Boston and it helps the Sixers because I think now Boston goes back and they got the confidence like, oh, we can beat these boys. Even when our best player is down, we can beat these boys. And I think that's going to be the overconfidence in this, when we see him in the future, or if we see him in the future, where the Sixers are like, we coming ready to play. Like we know where we got to do better. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
one of them things. I think.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So before we get out of here, like I said, I wanted to jump on, get a quick reaction. Thank you for everybody for joining. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're not, if you've been here for a while, hit that like button. You know the deal. Does great stuff for us on the back end. But did you bet anything today? How'd you do from a betting? I know you talked about it a little bit, but
So I had the teaser.
yeah.
I had a few college plays in earlier.
Okay.
I think I lost. I had Creighton earlier in the first half. They got smacked by Villanova early. Villanova jumped out on them
Yeah,
early.
yeah. Villanova won that. That was in Villanova. I saw that.
Hmm. I had
And,
a
and
small
they were
play on.
favored, right? I mean, they
They
were
were.
not favored. They were ranked.
Yeah.
A ranked
Yep.
team. Right?
It
Yeah.
was a big one. I have Gonzaga live right now.
That's
I
cool.
had University of Delaware. Gonzaga's up 12
Okay.
mid second quarter. And I think I dibble dabbled throughout the day. I want to say Creighton was my only loss. Oh, you know what? I think I had Miami on a money line somewhere in that last second heave.
Yeah, I thought Miami should have won this game.
Yep.
I really did.
Not the Heat. Not the Heat. Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, you talking about Florida State, John?
Florida State, Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I had
saw it. That was crazy.
I had them in a parlay, money line parlay, and they and they
Wow.
and they
Oh,
killed.
that's a bad beat.
Yeah. So
Oh, that was the
it
only
happened.
one that lost.
That was the one on the ticket at early. I had two later on. I didn't check and see what the score was, but I had four going through, 4-1. They were one of the four. They
Ah,
lost, and then the two other ones should have been easy ones. So, but
wow.
you know how it is.
I do. That's a bad one though. See, that's the thing with basketball. When you bet basketball versus football, there's really not those type of heaves, last minute
Happening.
shots with football. Like it's a defining play in football. If you hit a bad beat, where it kind of tilts the one way or the other. But in basketball, man, you see that shit a lot more, and it's just like it's tough. It really is tough because the hook plays so important and
Yeah.
a lot of shit that you bet. So I actually ended up 1-4 today for my basketball plays that I gave out. Took a bad beat with Jokic, and then I had Jokic, I had CJ McCullough, I had Harden, and I forget the other Butler. I
Well,
think I had Butler. So Harden
what-
was Harden was tough because he was off. He still got the 35, but I think he only shot like I think it was like 5 for 16, something crazy
Mhm.
like that. So,
What you
um,
think about the fight tomorrow? You watching the fight tomorrow?
fuck no, you talking about the Jake Paul shit? Man, ain't nobody watching that
But you
bullshit.
know what, man? I'm interested because it's the first time he fighting
I
a
ain't
boxer,
very
though.
interested, but I ain't paying no money for that shit.
Come on, you got that big
We,
screen
we got
right
we got
there.
we got we gotta find we gotta find somebody who got that though. Somebody who got
Yeah.
the hookup. Because
Okay,
I'm not
I
paying.
might have to
It's at
figure
two
that out,
o'clock.
man. Is that what 2 o'clock, right?
It's at 2 o'clock, and I'm just
Yeah.
thinking like they got to be somewhere
And I
across the
think
country.
Saudi Arabia is somewhere over there.
Yeah, random thought. Javante Davis beating Ryan
No,
Garcia. That's gonna be a good ass fight, yo.
good fight,
It's
but
gonna be
no.
a really good fight. Gotta go with Tank. Gotta go with Tank at this point. Um,
You like Tank
I,
here?
I like Garcia. I just don't know if he can. Like, I mean, it's Tank.
Too
Like
much
he's
power. You think Davis
too
has too
much
much power?
power. Too much power. I forget
Ryan's
whatever the
really,
what are they
really swift with it.
147? Is that what they
Yeah.
are?
Hmm.
147? Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
just
so.
too much power at 147. Too much power at 147. I would favor Tank. And if he's favorite, I would think that's why he's favorite.
I'm happy we finally got a boxing match that you really want to watch. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
do UFC, so Jones is coming back. I don't know if you do
Well, I'm
UFC.
talking about boxing match. I was saying, yeah, I like
I know what you're
UFC, but
saying.
I'm just happy that it's finally a boxing match that is warranting to say, hey, I'll pay this pay per view to
You
watch
got
this.
Paul tomorrow?
No. Oh, to
No.
win?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much politics in this. I don't know what kind of stuff it is.
Right.
I don't like Paul the way he does boxing. So no, I don't. If I say if I'm
You
rooting
think
for
Fury will
somebody,
win?
I hope Barry win. I hope
I think
so.
Paul backs up all the shit he's been talking.
I don't know.
Fury's a real Fury's a
That's what
boxer.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think
Fury's a,
Fury.
he
I
ain't
think
Nate Robinson.
no. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like Fury here. I like Fury in this situation. But the
I
question
don't
is,
know.
are they going to allow this to happen? But
Yeah.
they don't like each other, so I don't think he will fall in this fight for a check. But who knows?
I don't know. I think Paul went. Let me hold on. Let me look it up real quick. I just want to see the odds because I didn't even look at the odds because I never
Well, I
planned
hope they
on
short.
betting it.
I don't know if they're even out. Are they up?
They gotta be up. The fight's tomorrow.
I didn't know. I wouldn't think about odds on that fight.
I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't even.
If it's short enough, I'm betting it. Let me know what it is.
If it's short enough, I'm betting it. I'm not betting that shit. Who who would bet that? That's not
Me,
a good bet.
give me Fury.
All right, here we go. Let me see boxing. Because I think Paul's for real.
Fuck,
He
fuck Paul.
fuck Paul. I don't see it.
I just told you.
I don't see it.
Nobody playing around with that.
Ain't nobody fucking with that, huh?
No, because they don't know what this means. Probably some money is probably being exchanged underneath the table somewhere. Probably
I,
go to decision, be a draw. They're gonna try to do it. You know what I mean? It's probably one of them type joints. Paul ain't going. You know what I mean? It might be one of those. I would
so
play the draw.
Tank is favorite minus 280. Garcia's plus 210. That's bigger
I hope.
odds than I thought.
I know. I
That's
hope that
pretty.
go down a little more. Then I would
That's
take Tank.
that's pretty serious, and that's April 29th. So with the boxing
Where's it
game,
at? Where's it at? Does it say where's that?
I think it's in Vegas. I think it's
April
in
29th?
Vegas. April 29th.
And they only gave him 2.5 months?
April 29th.
Is that 2 months? Not even 2 months, right? 2 months.
Yeah. So with him being a
Man,
3-1 favorite, I think that would get maybe like minus two lowest might be maybe be minus 230 Tank. I don't think it gets under 2 to 1. I've seen Tank fight. I've never seen a Garcia fight. I
mhm,
haven't seen Garcia fight. I've seen highlights. I know he's the real deal, but I haven't seen him fight. But I mean, he's skilled, he's fast. I just don't think I just don't think his chin can hang up with Davis if he gets caught, and I think he will get caught. Too much power,
yeah.
too much brother, just
You
too
know, it's funny.
just too much.
That would have been, I guess that's what, Cinco de Mayo weekend?
Is it? Did he take Cinco de Mayo? Because that was Floyd shit.
That's what I'm saying. But you said it was coming on April 28th, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So probably
He got
not.
a couple things going on though. He got some cases and shit. So
Ooh.
you Tank.
Oh. Yeah, but I thought that she came back and said that was
Did
a
you?
lie. Yeah,
Oh, I don't even know.
yeah, she said it was a lie.
Don likes Paul.
You like Paul?
Don likes Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Fuck
So
Paul.
so so
Don
if
Don.
Paul wins this, is that make Paul legit? It gotta make Paul legit, right?
Oh my god.
It's got. I mean,
This
he's
is
beating.
why this is the
He's
this is the
undefeated. It's
situation.
an undefeated fighter, right? I think Fury's undefeated, right? Is
Let
he
me
not?
know when exhibition matches count. But he gonna act like he the champion of the world, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the
Yo, they,
problem. That's the shit that get on my nerves.
they really don't have this fight up. It's not up, bro. That's crazy. They got a side bet on the fight too, supposedly. But that's crazy. This like I'm looking, I can't find it.
Maybe
Let
it's
me see.
under clown games, clown props. Check that area. Check
Check that earlier.
check extra matches. Something
All right, let me see.
alternate games
Here,
exhibition.
here we go. I found the odds. I don't know where you can bet it, but the odds are this: Jake Paul is actually favored against Tommy Fury. Jake Paul is minus 170. Fury is plus 145. That's a
Give
dog line.
me give me Fury.
That's a
Give me
dog
Fury
line.
all day.
That's a dog line.
Yes, it is.
That
And
is
you in the
definitely
fight,
a
you know
dog.
the fight game.
I do. I do. It's funny. It could be very funny, but that's a dog line.
Right. That means you see that they scared. And the books are scared too. They you can't get it nowhere.
You can't get it nowhere. Yeah. Right now, there's another one at covers.com. They have Jake Paul minus 138, Fury plus 110. That's definitely a wow. Paul opened up as a plus 120 underdog. That was back last 2 years ago. But since his run of knockouts, beating Anderson Silva, beating Tyron Woodley, all these MMA guys, he's became the betting favorite. Hey, Great White Hope. And now he is the favorite against Tommy Fury at all sport books. He is 4-0 with 3 KOs. Fury is 7-0 with 4 KOs.
Yep. I'm gonna go today. Don't they got something on Showtime or something? I want to watch their little pregame, see what's going on before I
You
see
gonna
what's
end up ordering that shit. You gonna
no,
pay
no, I
$100.
will not support that.
You gonna pay $100.
No, sir. Will not. I will not support that.
Yeah.
Not my money. Mm-mm.
I
But I
feel you.
will support that Tank game. The Tank Garcia, because that's what I want to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, 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 yeah. We'll definitely
At
do
your
some.
crib. At your crib.
Yes, sir.
Bang.
Yeah. You already know. You already know. Don't gotta say no more. All right,
If
y'all.
not in Vegas. If not in Vegas.
Uh, I don't know. I'm going to Jamaica early April, so
Mm,
that could be tough. I
tight.
got
Gonna be
points
tight.
though. I got credit card points. If y'all don't know, get off the motherfucking debit cards, get on them credit cards, and getting them points because
Mm,
they work. You gonna spend the money anyway. You might as well pay yourself.
that's true.
You might as well pay yourself. So right now, like I said, man, didn't have a greatest day today, betting wise, but we wanted to come on real quick, talk about Sixers, Boston Celtics, and how we did today in terms of a betting perspective. B Diddy had a somewhat okay day from college and and some NBA, and like I said, I didn't have a great day. So for those who are joining us for the late night, hey, I appreciate you. If you are already a follower, man, make sure you hit that like button. If not, and you're just new to the show, I appreciate you if you would subscribe. And hey, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is what we do. We are grinding. We are making sure we do our homework and give you the best information so you can make the best bets and line your pockets up with more money because we know shit is getting real out here. Shit is getting real. It ain't over. Ohio blowing up trains and shit. Texas and Florida going fucking nuts with all kinds of crazy shit that we don't want to even really get into. So make sure that you can line yourself with as much money and be as liquid as possible so you and your family could be in a better financial situation if you decide that sports betting is one of the avenues that you want to take as a side hustle or a side business to make sure that you have a little couple money. That's my guy, B Diddy, best live better I know. I am Moss Money. I am the host, CEO. I am him of Moss of Money Pop Podcast. Appreciate y'all jumping on. For us, we are out of here. Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow, early morning, giving you some more plays like we do each and every day. Follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you for joining. We out.